So let me go to another affordability issue. Electricity bills are growing like gangbusters. You're hearing this all the time on the campaign trail. One of your possible Republican opponents, Mayor, I won't mention his name,
Thank you.
But one of your Republican opponents has said he'll get rid of the Board of Public Utilities. He'll clean house at the BPU senior staff level. Senator Sweeney, and then we'll go to Mayor Fulop. But Senator, do you agree with that unnamed Republican?
No, I don't agree with him. I think we need to professionalize the Board of Public Utilities to make sure everyone on the Board of Public Utilities is an expert, number one, in energy costs. Number two, it's the energy policies that are driving the cost, unfortunately. We shut down too much power in New Jersey before wind came along, and with President Trump, it's not here. So, listen, I'm the one candidate. I wrote the RGGI law, Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative. I wrote the solar legislation to create solar. I created the wind legislation, and I did the ZECs, zero emission credits, because I remember Congresswoman Sherrill saying she's the only one who talks about, nuclear. I'm the one that kept nuclear plants from closing. The electric costs in this state, it's 43% of our energy, so policy matters. And no one up here on the stage might say it, but I'm going to say it. We still need gas. We can't afford all this clean energy. We need more power. And guess what? Once we get more power generated, New Jersey used to export energy to other states. We were the envy. We generated more than we needed, and then we sent it and sold it. We're now relying on the PJM. We need to be self-sufficient. We need to create jobs here in New Jersey so that we can actually put people back to work.
Mikey Sherrill, you had a follow-up, and then Steve Fulop. Mikey Sherrill had her hand up first, and then I'll go to Steve Fulop.
I think he called on
So
me first,
I totally agree.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you do. Okay, right. Yeah. I just want to say really quick on the.
I don't know. The ref made a call. I got to live with it. I saw
David.
Mayor
I was
first.
going based on your lead, David.
Yeah, but let's not waste time arguing about the call. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sure.
So Mayor Fulop and then Congresswoman Sherrill.
I defer to the Congresswoman.
Done. I'll take the deal. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So I think what we're looking at is, yes, we need a more professionalized BPU. The understanding that they had of what PJM was going to do and the fight they needed to have prior to now, I think we've seen in states like Pennsylvania where Governor Shapiro has taken on the PJM. We need to see a little more of that here in New Jersey. And then we know that when we're not producing our own power here, we're buying it on the market, and that is coal power and that is fracked power from Pennsylvania and West Virginia. So we need to up our production here. Immediately, we need to move into solar. We have gone down by 25%. We had initial investments in solar, but our solar increase has gone down by 25%, while other states have increased solar by 150%. We need to build out on capped landfills and state property, and then, yes, long-term nuclear. That's how we're going to truly provide the power that we need here in this state while driving down carbon costs. But we really are going to need to have a more professional BPU if we're going to meet all of these goals.
All right. Now to Steve Fulop. Then to Ras Baraka.
Thank you. Let me start by saying I do think the BPU has lost its way, and you need more professionals there, and I think Senator Sweeney is correct about that. I do not believe that we need more natural gas plants here, and I think when you make a commitment to natural gas, you're basically making a commitment for 5 years to construct it and for 50+ years for it to exist, and you need to be realistic about climate change, and we need to lean in hard, even if it's a tough conversation. And then finally, the way that bills work and electricity works in New Jersey is essentially a flat tax across the board. And we should really be looking at those data centers and AI generators that really put the strain on the system, and they should not be paying the same amount as mom and pop ultimately should. And this rate structure should factor that into that.
Ras Baraka was next. Then we'll go to Josh Gottheimer and Mikey Sherrill.
First, I disagree. The BPU needs to exist. We just need to stop stacking it with political appointees and put some real professionals on a BPU that are looking out for taxpayers and ratepayers and working class people. That's number one. Number two, we do need to have more robust solar in the state of New Jersey. In fact, there are bills in the legislature now that could be passed that would allow solar to begin to move forward. They're stuck in the legislature right now that we need to get out of the legislature so we can begin moving solar projects forward in this state. And I agree with the data centers that are coming up. They have a few on the zoning and planning boards in the city of Newark. We need to make sure that these guys are footing the bill and not the taxpayers in the state of New Jersey or the ratepayers in this state are footing the bill for these AI centers that are coming online, that we have to hold them accountable.
Josh Gottheimer.
The reality is that we know that this year alone, our utility bills are going to be up 40% for our families. That's crushing our families. It's a massive tax on people who are trying to already figure out how to get by. And we know it's a supply problem. We just don't have enough of it, whether it's to try to get new AI jobs or whether to actually power some of the housing we're trying to build where we know there's brownouts around the state and people can't even get enough power. Because what we've done is made this deal. We haven't gotten any new power supply thanks to the BPU and to this consortium that does the grid. We haven't gotten a new project approved since 21, which means that we don't have any more supply, and then we're buying the dirtiest stuff now from West Virginia, coal-powered. It's ridiculous. So we're going to need an all-of-the-above strategy. We're going to need all of it. Otherwise, people's bills will keep going up, and to me, that's totally unacceptable. We got to give people relief in their wallets, especially hard-pressed middle-class families who are already struggling. If we don't get more alternative energy, including natural gas and others, if we don't get an all-of-the-above approach, and nuclear, and biomass, we are going to be screwed.